all those criteria like that criteria, that's what wins the fight in boxing. I think they're missing out. I think they're having these amateur guys come in and the way they throw punches. And don't get me wrong, a lot of them amateur fighters I've got from watching. I mean, and they fight just like pros. I mean, they throw punches like pros. They have the same attitude as pros, but not all of them do. And I'm afraid that some of the fighters they may have come up there, they still have that amateur type of style, which doesn't represent the game. And I think they really need to work on that.
They need to work, man. I've been screaming this, Eddie.
Technically sound like they had De La Hoya for the first one. For the knockout game, the very first one, they had De La Hoya. And, I mean, it was almost perfect, man. I really need to get some more guys like that up there again.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Call me. I'll do it.
But you know what it takes? It takes a boxer that's a gamer.
Thank you!
Like De La Hoya or some of these guys, they're not really gamers, so they don't care. They're like happy, oh, I'm in the game.
Right!
My name is in the game. They don't care. You got to be like these football and basketball players that actually play games. So you
especially the young ones.
That's not a representation of me. You want to sit up there and go over it.
That's right. You know what? They make a very, very good point. You know what I mean? It's like God with himself. And there's another heavyweight that I know from Tony Thompson. He's really big into the games as well. You know what I mean? He plays the fight night and everything, and we talked about that. We was talking about that before. And I would definitely come up there. You know what I mean, and do that, and I think that's really important.
That'd be good, man. I don't know if they're gonna want you to do that, man. They ain't going in that direction.
And you know what I mean? To come on up there and show what actually.
They don't want that.
Maybe go to a gym. You know what I mean? A gym full of fighters, professionals, amateurs, everything. So you can get a wide range of especially with most people not gym play games anyway. So you get a wide array of different styles and the way people throw punches all through the gym. And that would be a great thing. I just think they really need to do it.
Eddie, we got a question here from the show.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you read the latest news on the game that perhaps they won't be allowing on the Fight Night Champion game to punch out of the guard.
Oh, really?
Is this boxing or not? What we playing?
Oh.
So what do you think about that?
You mean if you were like your hands are up and somebody throws a punch, you can't just throw a punch out of the guard, like you can't be guarding and punch at the same time?
The one hand, you know how you protect the one side of your face and you constantly hooking, which boxers do a lot.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that?
You can't do that anymore? I mean, well, I think that, you know what I mean, I think that should be a part of the game.
They don't like it.
I know if I'm fighting somebody, you know what I mean, I'm in the ring, and I keep it, and that's what they tell you. I mean, coaches say, you throw one punch, keep the other hand up, just for safety purposes. You know what I'm saying? And I think
boxing,
the accuracy of punches. I think
boxing 101.
Fighter you're fighting is an accurate punch. If you throw your jab out and you keep your right hand up, it doesn't matter. He can counter you with his right hand. You know what I mean? Go right over top of your left, counter with a right hand, and it just lands just perfect. And when it does land, maybe that drops your hand down. Maybe that force of that punch sends you into like a hurt, like you're hurt.
Oh, you're hurt!
Or something like that, and you come back with a hook. I mean, those things are part of the
game. Who made a video on that?
Taken out. I think it should just be modified. And watch fight. Watch the video of these fights, man, and see what happens.
Preaching to the choir, buddy.
And then have some people up there like they had Jordan up there. I mean, who's better to have in there than Jordan? You know what I mean? Michael Jordan takes the door well anyway. You want to have Jordan up there? Why don't you bring bring Mayweather in there? You know what I mean? Have Floyd Mayweather come up there.
They don't want Mayweather, man.
Call me. I'll come up there. You know what I mean? I'm the top 5 in the heavyweight division. I'll go up there, whatever. You know what I mean? I'll show them exactly. I can help them, at least help them to see what it is that we do. My brother fights too. My brother is another one. They would come up there and would do it. You know what I mean? He fights a ranked welterweight or a junior welterweight. So I mean, we would come up there with no problem and really show them, look, this is what happens in these fights. Watch video and everything. I think they need to really start thinking about that. It would help.
That's how Matt do. Matt sit in there and watch films with them. Go over these things.
That's exactly what they need. They got this. Who's the cover guy? This is gonna be the. Dre Bishop.
Andre Bishop.
Oh, okay. That's what I figured out. Well, I mean,
Hey, you can
laugh. Does he really fight or is he just an actor?
Fuck no.
I don't know him. So
rugby player, soccer player.
He plays soccer.
Oh, he does?
How do you know Facebook? I know all this on Facebook.
Soccer player, cover boy, boxing.
Wow. I mean, I like to see where you see the mad people and 2K people get the cover guys come up there and help them out with some of the things, and I'm just, wow, I'm shocked. I'm not shocked of it, you know what I mean? I guess that's a way to go to a degree, I mean, for that chick, because that mode is so going to be so hot, I guess. But you still got to get these fighters, man. You got, I mean, look, boxing is already getting slapped in the face every day of the week. You know, there's not a whole lot of people paying attention to this sport. I got more people knowing me from the Fight Night game than actually from watching the fight on television.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think they really need to start bringing us in there, man.
I've been crying. Guys, I've been crying.
I mean, boxing needs to be brought back.
It needs to be.
And I think this game is another way of doing that. You know what I mean? I really, because look, I said, man, I got people. I'm in Jersey, and I fight out of Philly, and I fight in Philly. I spar in Philly and everything. Train in Philly. But when I'm in Jersey, I live around the corner from a mall. Every time I go to that mall, I see 5 different people that, oh, you know, fight night, and all it is. And I went down to D.C. for the homecoming at Howard. And, oh, man, I played with you on fight night, man. You great, all this and that. And I'm like, man, these guys know me from that. And I fought on HBO, I fought on ESPN, I fought on all kinds of Showtime and everything. And I'm like, man, people never see me. That tells you right there. So that's why we need to be more involved with these games, because this is the future. This is the wave of the future, and we got to be put in that. You know what I mean?
I've been saying this, man. Hopefully they listen to
Eddie. Being out a casual gamer by implementing the game right, making boxing in the game right. You can educate. You can educate these on fans.
Right.
So I think one question.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I think what he said was perfect. You know what I mean? To educate people about the sport, because the education, I think, is a miseducation of all of these different, like some of these sports, like boxing. I'll say boxing. I'll use that as an example. I mean, it's like that's not how boxing looks. So when people watch a fight on TV, it's not like Fight Night. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you have it representing with the real game, I mean, the real fight, then it's like, oh, that's just like oh man, I'm interested in this.
I'm a ooh and ah.
Some more here, and I think that. So I agree with him 100% on that.
So, based on the last game, Fight Night Round 4, which boxers, if any, do you think they did well on the game based on style alone? Like how they fight, perhaps when you fight against them with the AI?
Honest, man, you know what I mean? You know what? Mike Tyson wasn't bad. Wasn't horrible. And I like what they tried to make Roy Jones, you know, like the elusive hand down and everything. I kind of like that, but where that fails in a lot of ways is like I was saying, like the movement.
The movement.
Like, if you ever watch a fighter circle the ring, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He does it in a specific way. It's almost like a defensive slot in basketball. You know what I mean? But in a somewhat different way. And if you're at a certain distance apart from another fighter, I mean, you're not saying you're gonna have your hands down or anything, but you're gonna with that movement. And then, like on the first knockout games, but you move forward. It's like a shuffle. You know what I mean? And then when you move out, you roll. You know what I mean? You kind of roll out with that same shuffle going backwards. I think they hit that 100% right on the head. Perfect. The movement, and I think that's what made that game to me the best one yet. I mean, the first Fight Night wasn't bad because they had some of the counter punches, and they had the counter punch windows, things they have now, and that made the other games a little tougher to play, and just something that wasn't really as realistic as I wanted it to be. But it was just the movement was perfect, and that's really where they got it. It's just like in boxing, when you're training somebody, you teach them from the ground up. You know what I mean? You show them the first steps. It's like
tell them, Eddie.
You're taking your first steps. Same
teach them
in boxing. You take baby steps to get to where you need to be.
Hello.
From the ground up. And I think that's where they're missing them. They really need to start and look at the movement. Watch the movement of certain fighters, and watch the movement of fighters. Period. And just go from there.
And are you happy with how you came out in the game?
I'm just happy to be in the game. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm been playing video games since I was 3, 4 years old. You know what I mean? And I've just always dreamed of it. Once I started really boxing, I was like, man, I want to be in the game. And eventually, now I got to create my character anymore. Then now, I'm like, man, this is this is incredible. I get to see my likeness in a game. I didn't like that I was all fat and everything on the first game, but now, because I dropped all that weight, and then when the game released, I'm like, oh, that ain't me no more. You know what I'm saying? That ain't me no more. But,
you can edit it, so.
Hey, there ain't nothing you can do about that. But no, I mean, like I said, I didn't mind the game. I like certain things about the game. I like where they're trying to take it. But I just want it to represent the real sport.
The real sport,
it's
baby.
It's not going to be a very easy thing to do. But I mean, I think they start moving that direction, man. Some of these guys come in there and really give them a good.
What's so hard about that?
Boxing really is.
Yeah.
So is he a hater?
But what is it about boxing that makes it? It seems so tough to replicate on video game form when we got.
It ain't tough.
Sports to have.
Well, I mean, it could be, but golly.
Players on the field with football, basketball,
tough.
baseball. And they're able to do it so well.
They do it good. Basketball.
There's two guys on the ring.
Honestly, it beats me in a lot of ways. But you know what? I think because boxing is, every fighter has his own little, idiosyncrasies that he has as an athlete. He do certain things, move a certain way, and I guess them trying to replicate that totally. And sometimes they fall short and they make certain mistakes. But the fact they only have 2 guys in the ring, and was the referee in this last one? I can't
remember. 2
really
guys, man.
No, but he'll be now.
Another huge thing.
The ref
to really get on. Is you've never seen a fight with no referee. Now, sparring sessions, there's no referee in a sparring session, because your coaches are in this controlled environment.
Yeah.
All these developers is watching this.
And that's a part of the sport. Just like you said, the presentation. If you look at the NBA, the 2K, their presentation is solid. I mean, super solid. If you look at the UFC game, I mean, their presentation is so perfect to exactly what they do in the arena. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, man, this is exactly how Bruce Buffer announces and everything. I'm like, this is what they need to do with these boxing games. Don't just pass through things. It's not important. If you
that's what they tell y'all.
Right, if you don't get the boxing right, and then you lay the presentation out, then it's like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Work your way into it, but at least try to get that. I love when there's a good presentation. Believe me, I love to hear that. You know what I'm saying? It makes the game more lifelike and more realistic. To actually what it's like and how these guys perform and everything. And then the fights, when the fights start to look like real fights. I'll be
So he boxes, guys. So
when it looks like a fight, like
I don't box, so I ain't nobody.
You envelop into the whole atmosphere.
Absolutely. It makes, like I said, I smile like a. I smile from ear to ear when I see that. when I see them having Michael Buffer, Jimmy Lennon, and then having Joe Cortez, Steve Smoker as referees. All of these guys, and they're all in there. They're in there for a purpose. It's not like another guy in there put Mario and as the referee like they used to do with Mike Tyson's punch out. No, we want lifelike things. You know what I'm saying? We want real people, real like you said, tendencies to certain things in a fight. Have these guys out there. I think they really need to do that. If they get all of that, the presentation, and they really start working on the boxing, I mean, it could be one of the best sports games out there, or ever. It could be.
Contact Brizzle on Facebook.
That's what I've been saying.
And say, Brizzle, I'm telling you, man, I'm coming up there, man.
Brizzle gonna hang up on him.
Yeah, getting this right.
You don't want to hear that.
Hey, I'm down.
I'm gonna start talking fatalities.
I'm telling you. If we can do that, and they actually say, you know what, we're gonna listen to these guys this time, man. We gonna really hear out here these fans out. You know what I mean? People even this involved with the game already in production, and people they usually like this and everything. I mean, I really think that would help the production, the overall production of the game. It was so crazy, Oh man, and believe me, fighters. I don't care if they don't play video games. You see something advertised on TV like basketball players. I don't even know if Kobe was real interested in video games crazy before he was on the cover of 2K10.
2K10, yeah.
Yeah. So you see him with his little yellow thing and his, you know what I mean, his whole system and everything all perfect for him, and he got the game and everything. It's like, and so that he might not even have been a gamer for real before that. Now look, it converted him over. So imagine how many athletes out there once they see their sport really being represented right. It's like,
represented right. That's the key word.
And if people still want to see boxing,
not no
there's a
generic
fight
shit.
available. And if you can control it, they love it. Believe me.
Hello.
So I mean, you can sell a lot of units with this. Believe me.
So we got a question from the chat room. I don't know if you've seen the latest gameplay video out of EA Sports. It's Hagler versus Hearns.
Oh no, I didn't see that one yet. I'm gonna check that one out.
What are you? Let's first